So guys, if you've ever had one day to ride and as soon as you were pulling that motorcycle out, it started thunderstorming, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below. It helps me out a lot. Welcome to Topic Tuesday, guys. Welcome as always. Today I want to talk about different kinds of shifting. I've gotten a lot of questions about shifting on this channel. I've gotten a lot of questions over the year and a half that I've run this channel about different types of shifting. And I've gotten a lot of questions about how I shift my motorcycle, and then I've had a lot of people ask me, like, hey, I don't see you shifting, how are you shifting? So I want to go over the different types of shifting that you can do on a motorcycle. So guys, I've done a Learn to Ride series, and I have covered shifting before, but at the same point, I haven't covered how I shift my motorcycle and how I personally ride. A lot of shifting comes down to how you personally ride your motorcycle. It doesn't have to be always just like throttle out, clutch in, shift gear, throttle back, let it out, and it doesn't always have to be like that. The questions I always get is, how come I don't see you shifting? Or how come you're not using your quick shifter? These questions almost answer each other, but they're never asked at the same time. So honestly, the reason why you don't see me shifting sometimes is on this sport bike, it has a quick shifter. So, if you heard right there, I shifted and I did not touch the clutch lever the entire time. And that's because on this bike it has a quick shifter. What quick shifter does is it momentarily disengages the engine from the transmission and allows the bike to just shift that gear. And that's why you hear that womp womp with no interruption, because that's what a quick shifter does for you. For a race bike, which this is, that is actually a very good positive to have. If I were to take this thing to the track, it might be an edge over somebody that doesn't have one. So again, I just shifted twice without using the clutch at all. And that's what a quick shift is. That's what it does for you. If you see me, so you guys will see me quick shift when I'm accelerating hard, either from a stop or if I'm just fucking around. And that's because the Panigale just seems to work better when it's underneath some good load, when you have some good throttle, is when the quick shifter really shines on this bike. If you try to quick shift and you're, actually let's go up. If you quick shift and your revs are down low, so I'm in 4th gear, my revs are really low, and I quick shift, it doesn't really like it. That time it was kind of smooth, but sometimes your bike will go blip, 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 it'll chug and it doesn't like it. The Panigale is really like an SR71, like it really wants to go fast and get things done and be a sport bike. And if you try to baby this bike, things don't really work all that well. So a normal average everyday shift is using the clutch, right? So the way that you use a clutch, you let out the throttle, you pull the clutch in, you shift up with your left foot, you slowly let it out, you let out the throttle, and you apply throttle. And that's how I shift the motorcycle with the clutch. It becomes second nature to you, and you don't even pay attention to what you're doing after a while. This is how you shift most bikes. You know, this is how my WR250X is. This is how basically every other bike I've ever owned has shifted. This is the first bike I've ever owned with a quick shifter. That's normal shifting, okay? That's what you'll see every Harley rider do. That's what you'll see most sport bike riders do. There's a kind of trick shift that a lot of us riders do once you get comfortable with your bike, and that's the throttle bloop. That's where you let the throttle off, you bloop up, and then you let the throttle back on. What that does for you is it's a clutchless shift. The way that you do that shift is you just going along. Alright, you see that? You shifted in another gear with the throttle blip and nothing happened. So honestly, with the quick shifter, this is probably kind of a moot point. It probably doesn't really even work that well, but I still do it from time to time anyway, just out of habit. There are some thoughts, some schools of thought where people don't like that. They think that it damages your transmission. I've never heard any actual concrete proof that it damages your transmission. As always, do your own research before you follow advice of somebody on the internet. But at the same point, I think it's perfectly safe. Those are the types of shifting that I use on an average every single day basis. I hope this explains to you guys a little bit about what's going on during a normal ride when you guys come and ride along with me. I hope this answers questions. So, I mean, to be honest with you, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help out, answer questions, and spread positivity through this world of YouTube. Guys, there's one other type of shifting I need to touch base on, and that's called the auto blip. If you guys have ever heard the term auto blip, it's basically the same concept, but it's a quick shifter for down. So quick shifters only work going up. So when you're banging through the gear, it's going really fast, like bah, 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 like that's the only way that a quick shifter works. Then you get to the point where you need a downshift, and that's when you have to start using your clutch again. If you have an auto blip, that means it's a quick shifter down too. If you hear quick shifter and auto blip, that means basically after you let out your first gear, you never have to use the clutch ever again to shift. So it's pretty cool. It makes everything a little bit more fun, it makes everything a little bit more easier for you. Honestly, I don't really mind shifting. As you guys can see, that even though I have a quick shifter, I use my clutch all the time, and I do that just because it's habit and I like doing it. You know, especially when you get good at it and you can do it just as smooth as a quick shifter, it makes you feel good. So guys, I want to address one further thing, and that's, please ask me questions. If you have any questions about this bike or motorcycles in general, I'm an open book. If I can help you guys out, I want to help you guys out, and I want to do everything I can for you guys. I don't have all the answers. I'm just a normal, average, everyday guy that makes YouTube videos. But I will research your questions. And you know, a lot of times people ask me questions I don't know the answer to, so I go and research them. And it makes me a better person, and it helps you guys out. I'm always open to answering questions, especially talking about motorcycles and stuff. I just love motorcycles, and being able to talk about them, it always makes me happy. So fire away any questions that you have. I'm always here, and I'm always open to them. So anyway, guys, thanks for following me along on today's Topic Tuesday. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button down below. It helps me out a lot. Anyway, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Deuces.